All right, y'all. So with the release of, Diesel, we also got the release or rerun of Maiden and Guillotine. Now I'm gonna have Guillotine Showcase out tomorrow. But today I'm gonna look at the Maiden character, which honestly, I still think out of all the characters out on the banner between like Diesel, Brid, Maiden, and Guillotine, even after testing Diesel, I still feel like Maiden is probably the best pickup. I just see her being very good longevity wise, like just overall character, she's going to be fantastic like with her longevity, right? Because if you don't know what Maiden is, I like to call her, I don't think anybody else calls her this, but I love to call her a 0.5 version of Cinderella, in the sense of they have the same typing and they have the same mechanic, right? They're both defenders that skill off of HP and get an attack buff that skills off their HP. Now Maiden's attack buff that she gets skilled off her HP is a lot bigger than Cinderella's. Cinderella's is like 2 or 3%. Maiden's is like 6%, I think. This is what it is at level 2 or level 5. I think at level 10 it's 6%. Because if I go to level thing, I mean, I'm gonna get her to 777 right now, right, for this showcase. But yeah, no, I think it's like 6% at level 10. I just, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it is like 6% or close to 6% at 10. So yeah, basically how this character works is that she is a off fielder or on fielder. She basically want to store up her MP, and depending on how much MP she has, she's going to basically give effects, right? So as you guys see right here, or not that one, where is it? Right here, right? When MP is replenished, affects all electro code allies except herself, she's going to, guess what? Get give them an attack damage buff of their super type. So, this for electro characters, basically they're going to be stronger against iron characters, right? A 35%, it's just elemental damage, strong as element damage. That's what that is. 35% for 10 seconds anytime an MP is replenished for all electric code allies but herself. On top of that, she's going to be giving them a attack buff of 18% of the caster's attack. I wish it was of the caster's final attack, because that would be crazy, especially since this character not only stacks up insane max HP but also gives herself a attack buff off of final max HP. So if it was a final attack, that would be so good, because then you're converting her final HP. It's just kind of doing multiple conversions, right? But how she gets MP is that if you enter a stage 1 when she has 0 MP, she will give herself 1, and if you enter a full burst and her MP is above 1, she will then give herself multiple. So you could use her as an off fielder, just literally as like an off fielder, and then just kind of like cook up with her just low-key cook up with her support, right? But she does do damage as well. I'm going to show you guys now. Let's go and do some testing. All right, so Union Raid just started, and we are on only level 3 right now. It is a casual guild. I'm no longer in my original guild, for anybody who didn't know. But yeah, we have Maiden here. We have Anise and Cinderella on the team as well. I do actually like to use like, it's a bit iffy, right? Because I like to use Maiden beside Rouge, just so that she gets the attack buff, right? Or the HP buff, right? Because again, the HP buff is really, really big. Now, she doesn't need to be right beside her to get the burst skill one, but she does get this other one, which is what, like 20 or 12%? That's pretty big. And then also this one right here, she just gives her free. But yeah, I like to use it like this. So we're not gonna actually use Cinderella first. We're gonna use freaking Anise first. But again, when our MP is at 0, and it will get, it's, you guys will understand when you see it, right? I gotta go to the character to show you guys, because it's kind of hard to explain, since the way they made her kit is based off like a game. MP means mana power, right? So you see how it says 0 MP? The moment we use Rouge's burst skill, that's gonna go to 1 because she has 0. So right there, we enter stage 1, boom, she has 1. I don't know if we're gonna go to 2 off of full burst. We should be at 2 after this, right? Because now we've entered a full burst. Right after Anise, we've entered a full burst. We should be at 2, right? So we are at 2 right there. We got 1 because we entered stage, we entered the burst skill 1 while having 0, and we got 1 for entering a full burst while we had 1, if that makes sense. Now, if we take a look at, Anise and stuff, you will see that Anise should have this buff right here. Blessing upon you is the damage as increased damage of strong element by 35%. Right? So Anise, you guys are gonna see it. Even Cinderella, 17 million, 27 million to what? To what? Oh, I guess we can't even see because the boss is there. We'll have to go to an actual like you know, shooting range or mirror container, one of those two, to show you guys. But yeah, you guys can see these characters pop the hell off, right? The good thing about Maiden though is that you can like use her kind of like a E-leg, in the sense of E-leg is a character that after she has a certain amount of ghosts, people usually just like let it rip. They literally just let it rip, right? So by having this character Maiden and building up her MP, which can go up to like a maximum of 12, I didn't talk about her burst skill, but on her burst skill, right, she actually does 1000% of, you know, what is it, deals damage equal to 1185.6% of the sum of 10% of the caster's final max HP and the caster's attack, right? So 10% of the caster's final max HP and the caster's attack is going to be I guess multiplied with, or like added in with this, you know, 1187%, but the attack continuously hits based on the current MP. So if she has 12 MP, she's doing this 12 times. If she has 8 MP, she's doing this 8 times. So 1000 times 8. You guys kind of get where I'm getting at, like, you know what I'm saying? Maiden is quite the strong character. I'm actually gonna put a crown on this team as well, and then I'm gonna put Anise as well, right? And you guys will see, right, against bosses, it's really just insane how good she is, right? She is still really good. And again, ideally you wouldn't want to, like, I mean, people do use, you know, Anise and Maiden together. People do use them together, but I feel like they're just two supporters, right? That both do damage. Like, it's crazy. She's a defender and she's a supporter, but both of them have this insane damage, right, for being a supporter or being a defender, right? We take a look. We're at 10 million, we're at 4 and even 9 million from a character who hasn't used their burst skill, right? You guys will see. The thing is, I believe, yeah, she doesn't give it to herself though. That's the only thing. The strong element thing, she gets one for herself, right here, right, when MP is used, which the only way MP is going to be used is if we use her burst skill. Or I guess she technically should get one. Let me see. Let's take a look and see. Right, because right now yeah, it's when you use her burst skill, because that's the only time MP is gonna go down. Boom, and then boom, there's Cinderella. I didn't even look at the damage. I want to see though, what's the damage looking like? 55 million, 150 million, 157 million from Summer Anise, right? And you guys are gonna see Cinderella is gonna go crazy because again, she has that. I'm sorry, but type advantage is crazy. Not to mention with crown, with rouge, like Cinderella getting a buff from everybody on this team is crazy. Summer Anise getting a buff from, well, yeah, she is technically getting an attack damage buff. Well, she's not, because the attack damage buff is only these two. But Cinderella is the only character on this team that's getting a buff from all of these characters that you guys can see, right? It does pay off, right? Even Summer Anise herself, like, I haven't used Summer Anise in so long, but still, every time I use her, it's just crazy the numbers she puts up, right? 370 as a supporter, by the way. But yeah, I'm gonna wait till the very last burst when Maiden is at 12 MP, and you guys are gonna see the moment I use Maiden's burst skill, she's gonna jump from whatever number she is at to like probably 500. Like, she's probably gonna get like 500, 600 million, or even 700 million damage off of using her burst skill. It's crazy, right? She's essentially just helping your team support, like she's supporting your team the entire game, and then she's just charging up a ultimate as well the entire game, and then the last ultimate you're able to use before the run ends, press the button and she just lets it all go. And again, this character is like Cinderella in the sense of how she works, right? Skills off of final max HP. So by the time we use her burst skill, imagine all this stuff. She gets an attack buff based on her final max HP. We have her beside Rouge. Rouge is going to be fully stacked up. She's fully stacked up herself for her final max HP. Like, look at her HP. Let's look at her HP. Her HP is at 8.8 million. Cinderella's is at 7.7 or 7.9 million. She has a million more. She has almost a million more HP than what's her name? Than freaking Cinderella. You get what I'm saying? So it's just crazy to me, right? We have a minute left, and I do want to see now. Is there any issues with this character? I don't really know, because I wouldn't really recommend using her as a on-field burst 3. There's nothing wrong with it, of course. We could do that as well. Use it as an on-field burst 3. But like, I mean, honestly, there's no cons for her. I can't sit there and say I have a con for her. right? I can't sit there and say, oh, one of her cons is that she only works with electric characters. Like, that's just stupid. I can't sit there and say that, because that's like saying, oh, the con with Crown is that she only buffs up the people that use their burst skill. Like, what? Come on now, that's just silly. But I am going to use Maiden's burst skill. We are at 11 MP. So is it 11 or 12? It should be 12. It is 12, right? It's 12, right? And what's her number at right now? 400. This is an off fielder, by the way. An off fielder is hitting 464 million damage. Now wait till we use her burst skill, which we're actually going to be able to use her burst skill next burst rotation, right? The next burst rotation, we're going to be able to use her burst skill. So I'm ready. Okay. If we could get our burst skill off. Oh, I don't think we're going to get it. Oh, we missed it. We missed it. We missed it. We missed it. We completely missed it there. But still, 511 million for not using your burst skill is fairly good. I mean, I know you're looking at Crown and Rouge, you're like, well, they're only 200 million like under her, not even 200 million under her, like 100 something million under her, so it's not that good. But this is a character who hasn't used her burst skill, right? And you look at Cinderella, her damage, my god. You look at freaking Anise, her damage, my god. I wanted to showcase what she looked like with her burst skill, so I'm actually gonna, I don't want to run the same 3 minutes. I'm gonna pause it and show you guys what it looks like when I used it. All right, so we got 40 more seconds on the clock. I am going to, in fact, use her burst skill, like right before. So Cinderella should be the last person to get their burst skill off, right? Cinderella's gonna get her burst skill off, and then I'm gonna use Maiden's burst skill. By using Maiden's burst skill, we are currently at 430. Yeah, you guys see that, right? She actually might. Maiden is so strong when she has 12 MP. She might actually surpass Anise here in damage, right? And the next burst skill I gotta use has to be hers, right? Because we're not gonna get it off in time, so I'm gonna use hers right now. And that's her burst skill animation. Yep, that's it right there. I didn't see the number. Okay, she's at 490, and you guys are gonna see it's just gonna go crazy. Remember, 490 million was what she was at before we used her burst skill. I am not even gonna check what her damage is until the match is over, which it is now. 490 million to 970 million. So she basically went up by almost 500 million there. Literally almost 500 million there, which is not the craziest, but again, I mean, I don't want to say my Maiden isn't built, because like it's not that she's not built. I mean, let me see, is she 777? No elemental damage, no elemental damage, no elemental damage, 1 elemental damage. So I wouldn't say she's the build, but like compared to Anise, right? I mean, no elemental damage. Oh my god, mine is not built out. Oh god, I gotta build her up, and I messed up there because that was 2 years ago. Obviously, it wasn't like that. And then obviously my Cinderella is not built either. I just started building her because she's always been so strong, so I just never found the need to. But anyways, talk about Maiden. Very good. I think if we're gonna use her, slap her on the team as a supporter, right? I can show you what it looks like if you were to use her burst skill. And then I guess kind of have the same team, but Anise is supporting, right? Rather than it being like what you were seeing before. So it's literally just going to be the exact same team, but we switched the roles now. So instead of being a flex burst 3, and they're not even flex burst 3, instead of just being a supporter, you're now being a DPS. And instead of Anise being a DPS, she's now becoming a supporter. That's what these characters are. That's how I see both of them. I see Maiden and Anise as characters like that. If you're using their burst skill, they're DPSs. If you're using their support, or if you're not using their burst skill, they become just general supporters, right? And I can show you guys exactly what Maiden looks like when you use her burst skill and stuff like that with like only 2 MP and stuff like that. Because right now she's at 51 million, right? We're not fully stacked. 55 million to what? Let's see. 55 million to, she has to go by like at least 100 million here. 55 million to, yeah, 206 is not bad. Considering she has no elemental gear, not 10. I'm telling you, you build up that Maiden, you got 2 Cinderellas on your team. I'm telling you. There is right now currently a Cinderella banner out. It's in the skies. There is currently a Cinderella banner out in the skies. It's not as good as Cinderella, but she's definitely a character that could hit hard, right? Because again, 271, right? 271 to what? Because now we're still not fully stacked up with her, by the way. 271 to 424, right? And again, that's why I call her the 0.7 Cinderella, because she's not hitting as hard as Cinderella. I feel like her kid is similar to Cinderella, but she's just not hitting as hard as Cinderella. That's why I call her the 0.5, not even like the 1.0 or 2.0. I call her the 0.5 because she's kind of a hand-me-down of Cinderella, right? Not to mention, this character buffs up more characters, not just Cinderella. You don't need to just use it with Cinderella. Her being an electric character means she buffs up every electric character. Rouge, Cinderella, Anise, Scarlet, Trina, Isabel, Arcana, Guillotine, Jill, whatever character, Ada Wong I think is electric, I don't remember. Whatever character you're thinking of, or she might be fire, Ada Wong, I don't know. Whatever character you're thinking of that's an electric character and you think they could do damage, this Maiden supports them. Mind you, I'm gonna have to build her. I'm gonna have to build her because she is hot. I'm sorry, she's so hot. Like, I'm sorry, I was just looking at her face and I'm like, yo, she got red eyes, black hair, she's good. It's so sad though, because I feel like the Brit and these are just like, to get overshadowed by, what's the word? Overshadowed? To get overshadowed by a 2024 character. It's crazy because that's never really happened besides like Summer Anise, I guess. Technically. Summer Anise has been overshadowing every single, well, not this year because Dorothy and Eleg, or maybe not Eleg, but Dorothy definitely carries. Like, there's no question, right? But you guys see her damage, right? She's not even at 1 billion yet, but she's going to be the same thing. Like, her and Anise are going to have the same type of performance. Her and Anise are 10 million times going to have the same type of performance. They're like the same characters, right? Their roles on your team right now, like Anise and Maiden, their roles on the team are the exact same. If they're DPS, they're going to do damage. If they're a supporter, they're going to be a supporter. That's it. Their roles are the exact same. Even though this character has a kit similar to Cinderella, her and Anise are basically the same character. You're doing the same type of damage. You're getting the same types of buffs, whatever it is, right? Realistically, that's how I see it. If we look at this Maiden, she's going to be at either at 1 billion or 1.1 billion. Watch. 1.1 billion, just like how Summer Anise was the entire time. And then Cinderella is, or just like how Anise was this whole time. And then Cinderella is at 2.6, like she was the entire time. It doesn't matter whose burst skill you're using. It don't matter. Your performance is going to be the same because Maiden does damage, right? I'm telling y'all, Maiden is not a weak character or anything like that whatsoever. I think people like, you know, she's yeah, she's pretty good. Right, so you guys let me know what you think. I was gonna go into mirror container, but I don't. I mean, I could. Like, I don't. We could go in there. It's fine. All right, so we're going into mirror container. That's not mirror container. That's cracking. We're going to mirror container with this same team. Instead of Anise, we're gonna have Helm here because I do want to heal her. And again, when it comes to Maiden, like her main team is just electro team, so that's why you guys are not seeing too many different comps. Because realistically, what you're seeing is just the comp, like Rouge, Cinderella, Maiden, and then like another. Or you don't have to use Cinderella, but like, you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense to kind of like not use Cinderella because both of them gain a lot of value by being with Rouge. So that's why 9 times out of 10, if you're seeing her, she's on the same team as Cinderella, right? But, you know, damage a strong element from Maiden is very good here because characters like Rouge as well is doing a lot of damage here as well, right? Yeah, literally, she's going to do a lot of damage as well. So there, you know, Maiden goes with her damage. We have Helm on the team really to support with the royal attire and healing if we need it. I don't know if we're gonna need healing. We might, we'll see, but I doubt it. And not only that, Helm also has like buffs and stuff like that as well. But yeah, like, okay, we gotta get rid of this. Oh my god, my cursor. Oh my god, I got scared there. Literally, my cursor was on the other monitor. Okay, so this right here is where my girl Rouge cooks. Telling y'all, your container is not a hard boss at all. It's really not. It's really not a hard boss at all, right? Bop, bop, and then Maiden goes there. And you guys kind of see. I think this is the part where mirror container just starts doing damage. I'm pretty sure mirror container just starts doing damage here. Like, that's it. You just start doing damage here, and then they go about their day, right? We'll see though. I have my Helm ready if I need it. But Maiden's damage is still the second highest, and by a big amount. Remember, this is level 400. Like, stats are lowered here, right? Stats are lowered here, and you guys are gonna see Maiden does damage. She's good. She's good. I feel like the one thing is that you're going to probably get more usage out of using Helm. Not Helm. Sorry, y'all. I'm all over the place. You guys are going to get more usage using Summer Anise as a flex burst 3 and Maiden as a, Summer Anise as a on-field burst 3 and Maiden as a flex burst 3, because no matter what, Summer Anise is hitting hard, right? Regardless. But by using her as a flex burst 3, by using Maiden as a flex burst 3, you're storing up your MP. By storing up your MP means that last burst skill could just be hers, and then boop. You get so much free damage, right? You get so much free damage. I'm sorry, y'all, I've been sick, right? You get so much free damage. So, hey, my recommendation, use Maiden as a flex burst 3 and then just use her nuke ultimate when it's like the last second of the battle, right? I think I'm gonna need to heal here with Helm. And one of these nights, like, please don't die, nobody die, please 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 nobody die. I got Helm, I got Helm, I got Helm, I got Helm. We're gonna get stage 6 with this team, which we are. I don't think we're gonna get stage 7 in 30 minutes. I mean, to be fair, none of my DPSs have elemental damage like that for real. Like, none of them. Maiden is about to go down. Maiden is about to go down. Right? The reason why Maiden is not gonna die though is because she has so much HP though compared to everybody else. She even has more than Cinderella, right? She has so much more HP compared to everybody else. So that's why she's not dying. She would have been dead if that was anybody else they were attacking, right? Honestly, even now, like you guys see, we just got stage 6. That's just a decent amount of damage you just did in stage 6 for like 20 seconds, right? Oh my. Bop, 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 and bop. I'm like that, right? But yeah, we got halfway stage 6, not very invested. Once I invested to my electric team, I never do mirror contain, that's why I haven't, right? But once I invested in this team, you're gonna see crazy results from like these characters and stuff like that. But yeah, Maiden is a fairly good character, so hey. Let me know what you guys think about Maiden, Ice, Rose. Did you guys summon for her? For the people who did not have her, for the people that did have her, did you get for like go for dupes and stuff like that? Because again, I think Maiden is a character that's very worth it, right? Obviously, compared to like Rappy coming out in New Year's and then a new overspec character coming out in New Year's, I don't think any of these characters are the characters you should be focusing on. But if you're wondering out of all 4 of these characters, which one you should go for, I would say Maiden is the best choice if you decide you want to go for any of these characters. But you guys let me know what you think yourself. I think Miss Maiden here is very, very good. And yeah, it's going to be your boy Zxous. I'm out later. Peace.